Good morning and welcome to the Daily Weather Operations Brief on this very nice Monday here. We're starting off the day with some low and mid-level clouds streaming across the area. We do have a few at 600. We'll likely see that for the early portion of this morning. We also are seeing light winds out there out of the south-southwest coming in between 5 to 10 knots. And as we move through the day today, seeing those winds shift to a more southerly direction as the sea breeze builds in. That may give us the chance of seeing some pop-up showers and thunderstorms as we do have a warm, moist air mass over the area. Now, taking a quick look at the radar here. Locally, we are free of any reflectivity and any precipitation. However, if we were to zoom out just slightly, we would see that there are some convective cells up to the north. They are remaining in Maryland, and we're expecting that to continue to be the case. So as of right now, looking clear across the area. And then if we move on to this morning surface analysis chart here, we can see that there is a stationary boundary currently positioned just north of the region. And although the convective activity that I was just mentioning isn't shown on the chart here as of the most recent chart, that activity is tied to some remnant outflow boundaries. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see that convective nature kind of fizzle out over the next hour or so. Excuse me, sorry about that. And as we move through the day today, that boundary is going to stay in place, allowing a very warm, moist air mass to continue to overspread the eastern shore area, and then by a late afternoon or early afternoon, we'll see that sea breeze start building in, and given the fact that there's all this moisture and some moderate instability locally, that will bring the chance of seeing some showers and thunderstorms for much of the day and into the evening as we move into tomorrow. Otherwise, we can expect to see warm conditions today, light winds, and mixed periods of cloud cover. Plenty of sunshine should be able to get through, allowing those temperatures to climb up to and around 90 degrees. And as for our current weather out there, we are seeing those clouds, few at 600, broken at 5,000, and some upper level clouds far, far off on the horizon. Do have unrestricted visibility as of current, with winds largely out of the south-southwest, about 10 knots. Temperature currently sitting at 81 degrees and a relative humidity of 87%. And that is going to be pretty consistent throughout the day. We will see a slight downwards trend as we move into those warmer hours, though. Looking at the satellite here, we can see that convective activity up in Maryland, those bubbling clouds. That is going to continue drifting eastwards and potentially start to diminish in overall coverage, but again, should remain far out of our area. Do see some mid and low level clouds kind of filtering through the area locally here, and we'll expect to see that over the next few hours with more overall cloud coverage building in as we move into the afternoon, and we can see that cloud coverage already starting to thicken up off to the west. And then looking at a model for today, this is the Euro. A lot of the high-res models this morning were not picking up on the convective activity that we're seeing as of current. So going for a global model here in which it does kind of paint that picture that we see some showers, maybe some thunderstorms moving through the area, building in around midday and lingering, those chances at least for a majority of the day. And that will bring us on to the 24-hour forecast here. This morning, seeing temperatures climbing. We're at about 81 degrees now, climbing up to around 90 degrees this afternoon. We'll see a low tonight around 75, 74 degrees in the early morning hours of tomorrow. Winds are rather consistent and overall magnitude, 5 to 10 knots, gusting up to 15 as we move into the early afternoon. Out of the south-southwest, shifting more southerly, and then we'll see those winds trending downwards to bring us through the evening. For our rain chances, they look to ramp up after noon or after midday, and then those chances do look to hang around until the early morning hours of tomorrow. Once we get past 4 or 5 a.m., those chances do decrease, and it looks largely just to be a very slight chance of maybe some lingering light showers. Overall, for a majority of the portion of the day where we do have those rain chances, if we see rain, there's also a good chance we see lightning tied with those cells if they do come to fruition. And then early tomorrow morning, also seeing a chance of some low-level clouds once those temperatures start dropping and dew points are rising. And then for the remainder of the day, should see plenty of sunshine and building clouds as we move into the evening hours. For the short-term risk chart here, the next 2 days on Tuesday seeing partly to mostly cloudy conditions. We'll have another day with slight chances of showers and thunderstorms, pretty similar setup to today. Also seeing some low-level clouds being possible, high in the mid-80s. Tuesday night, same situation, lingering rain chances and thunderstorm chances, a slight chance of low-level clouds. And then those do look to lift as we move into Wednesday. Should see a low around 70 on Tuesday night. And for Wednesday, partly cloudy. We do see high pressure over the area and a high around 80. Greens across the board. Should be a nice Wednesday as we will have onshore flow over the area, kind of keeping things a little cooler for this period. And that's going to conclude the short-term weather outlook, a daily weather operations brief here. We'll be back at 10 o'clock with the 7-day outlook, and I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their day.